1, 2, 3, 4. Only sense is the darkness, only feeling the pain, only time is behind me, don't have nothing to gain. At the end of my tether, only one thing to do. I'm murdering time to save myself and others from the thoughts in my mind. I'm murdering time so I don't end up taking a life. I'm murdering time. I dream of someday when all my thoughts return to me. Till then I won't stray, for I can't trust myself at all. These thoughts in my head, they spin around like carousels. I may be violent, but I just keep it to myself. Good morning, good afternoon, good evening. Welcome to the happy hour here on Studio Live today for another week. Yeah, all originals all the time. So we're going to be going back in time, playing some tunes. And that one was my second to most recent single. Actually, the most recent single I've released as Pete Johns. We'll play another more recent song that goes by another artist name a little later, but that one was Murdering Time. And if you do want to check out all the music that I release, you can go over to petejohns.com. That is your one-stop shop. That'll take you straight in to a link that will give you access to all of the music that I've ever released. So that's the only place you need to go. And yeah, if you look in the chat here, you can also make a donation. You can use a super chat right here in YouTube, or you can donate via the PayPal link, which is right there. So if you want to help us keep the lights on around here at Studio Live today while we have a drink, then that would be a cool thing. And speaking of drinking, what am I drinking today? Well, I've decided that I'm going to continue. Oh no, I've just spoiled the mirage. This was really poorly planned because I'm outside. This is outside at my house, yeah, and it's 100% outside, and I've got no idea why my beer is invisible. Yeah, weird. But while you let me know what you're drinking this week, because we always like to know what you're imbibing on, whether it's a cup of tea or a cup of coffee or some beverages of the alcoholic variety, no judgment here. As long as you're enjoying yourself and you're ready to strap in for another 56 minutes of music, which is what's coming up right now. Let's play a little drinking song, shall we? Let's get into the drinking mood with a little ditty. This is from my 2018 album called Selfish Aware, and this song's called Drinking With You. Bars and the pubs used to thrill me. With a couple of pints I was happy to stay. But the truth is there's nothing that I'd rather do than spend some time drinking with you. Some people live for adventure. Some people need the bright flashing of lights. But I'd rather curl up on a warm summer's night and spend some time drinking with you. Back in the day I was eager to stray. Far away I like to roam. But now I will be where the beer and wine's free, here in the comfort of home. So the others may want to be different, choose not to listen to all that I say. But while they're lining up just to get in the bar, I'll be sitting here drinking with you. Yodelay-ho, where do we go? Somewhere where they turn the lights way down low. Yodelay-ho, where do we go? I'd rather just call it a night and go home. So the young ones might call me a killjoy as they wave goodbye saying you'll only live once. YOLO! But while they're drinking whiskey for 12 bucks a glass, I'll be sitting here drinking with you. I'll be sitting here drinking with you. So let's just settle in for a few and a few more, 'cause I'm sitting here drinking with you. Drinking with you. One of my favourite songs to play, and it reminds me of being out last night. I'll tell you a story about that in a moment. But first, Christopher Rossi coming to the party. Thank you very much for the donation, my friend. Appreciate you helping keep the lights on and the beers invisible around here at Studio Live today. Cheers. Yeah, get your drinks going on there. Gary Hubb says, local lager, cheap and cold. I like it. Natey Light over there for Epiphomium, enjoying a beverage. Cheers to you. Where is the beer free at your home? Yeah, I know it's not free as such, but freer than the $12 drinks that you buy when you're out, which I did buy some $12 drinks last night. Irish Red Ale for Mark Bro. Yodelay-ho. Yeah, very good. Bottoms up indeed. Yeah, let's have some beverages. This man here, Gary Hubbs, it was one of those, you know how there's all those posts at the moment, if you're on the Facebooks, there's all those posts at the moment like, oh, it's a radio station, and what if you were given, and the premise was, if you were given $3 billion, but you could never buy booze again in your life, what would you do? And Gary had the great idea that he would get his wife to go to the boozer and buy his booze so he can still drink and get his $3 billion. But it's interesting. What would the amount have to be? What would someone have to pay you for you to never drink again? I don't know. I don't really want to think about it. The answer to that would probably be too embarrassing for me, so I'm not going to go there. Hello to other folks that are here. Russ is here. We've got Thomas Christ here. We've got Robbles. Coke Zero. Yeah, go the Coke Zero. I do like a Coke Zero. Epiphomium. Barry and Joe Glenn. Hope you're doing well there. If I've missed you and haven't said g'day, just say g'day in the chat here and we'll say g'day as we go on through. Yeah, last night I went and saw the amazing Tim Minchin live at the Adelaide Festival Theatre here. Everyone had masks on, except for some people behind me who were not paying attention to the rules. But yeah, most people did. But yeah, I was literally buying $12 drinks. He did 2 sets, like an hour and a half and then an hour. Went till like nearly 11 o'clock. And me and my wife at the end of it, we went into the city. There were people everywhere. The kids were lined up to get into the bars. And it made me think of that exact song. We're just like, should we just go home? Yes, let's go home. And we did. So that was what we did. I'm going to play a tune here. This is the only sort of rap song, I guess, that I have. It's not really a rap song, but it's kind of more of a hip hop kind of song. And I've worked an acoustic version of it that I've played before, and it's a lot of fun to play. I wrote this around the time of the bushfires in late 2019 here in Australia, and we thought that would be the biggest event of 2019, 2020, and whew, boy, were we wrong. Yeah, this is all about, cheers, It's all about getting up in your own head and the fact that sometimes we can't trust our very own brains. It's called imagination. Sometimes I sit around and wonder how it is I got here and if I'm going under. All the complications of my life, all the times when I couldn't reach the knife. In my back to the days when I was a little kid, always worried about the things I never did. Always thinking about the next big problem, even when it's someone else that's on the hook me in, line and sinker. Ever wonder what it's like to be an overthinker, tinker with all my little thoughts? Maybe it was just the way that I was taught to just believe that I was right. When I lay in bed at night, the thoughts still going round and round and round and round in my head. Don't always believe the things in your head. Sometimes it's just imagination's warring. Everything is burning. Kind of surprised that the world keeps turning. Mother Nature is kicking our ass and never seem to learn the lessons of our past. Instead of happiness, we're chasing money, and I think that's kind of funny. Not hard to use an indicator to tell us your direction or even estimate the weight. Some haters are really just trying to help us appreciate the finer points to the ones who are keeping score. I think I'm about 40 love down. Up in my head just one more time. Never seem to find a way to unwinding up and never winding down. Down in the park like a clown. James Brown. Don't always believe the things in your head. Sometimes it's just imagination. 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 And it really did feel like the world was, everything is burning. And and the line in that where it's like Mother Nature's kicking our ass. Again, wrote that in like November, December 2019. I'm like, whoo! Did Mother Nature then kick our ass in a big bad way the next year? But cheers. That's such a fun one. Thank you, everyone. Thank you, Jasmine. Appreciate it. Thank you, Thomas. Christ, yes, a bit of imagination. And funnily enough, I'll just have a drink. I'm getting a bit husky after that one. Funnily enough, I was listening to a lot of Tim Minchin songs last night, and I was like, man, I've borrowed heavily from Tim Minchin. Not only the Tim Minchin sort of chords, progressions, and song structure, but a lot of the wordplay. I was listening last night, going, "Oh man, Tim Minchin's such a bit of a wank, and he like uses all this wordplay." And then I'm like, glass houses, Pete. Shouldn't probably throw those stones. Very, very fun plan, very fun one to play. I'm trying to decide which beer is green. It's green. It is the Cooper's Pale Ale. So it's if we get it up close there, you can just make out the Cooper's logo. But yes, it is green. Heineken would have been another one too. Yes, Christopher Rossi. Heineken could have been the green. But say green beer a bunch of times. Maybe not after a few green beers. Right, let's go back to the set list. Let's play this one. This is a lot of fun. This is a song about people that everyone knows. You met those people that in your life or that you come across that no matter what seems to happen, just seems like that they're never the one to blame. Yeah, funny about that. Everything happens and it's never actually their fault. Anyone? Yeah? Hands up in the chat if you know anyone like that. Hopefully you're not someone like that. You know what? Blame is great. Take ownership. Take accountability. Responsibility. That's another thing. This is a tune from a recent EP of mine. I forget which one it's from. Maybe? No? I think it's from the other one. My Own Battle. It's called Never to Blame. 1, 2, 3, 4. know the perfect thing to say. And I don't even wave at other cars when I pass by. Don't have the time, you know I'm such a special guy. And all my friends are telling me that I should be ashamed. But I'm not even listening, 'cause I'm never to blame. I spend a fortune, but I never pay the tab. I just don't give a damn when I make other people mad. And I throw my fellow humans under buses when I can. It's dog-eat-dog out there, so why not man-eat-man? And all my friends are telling me that I might be a saint. But I'm not even listening, 'cause I'm never to blame. Tell me that I'm such a selfish little man, because I'm jealous of the way I get just what I want, and everyone is saying I'll regret it in the end. They keep saying karma's catching up with you, my friend, and I don't hear it when they laugh at me and tell me you're so vain. It might take two to tango, baby, but I'm never to blame. I say this after I play that song almost every time, but people say, I like that song, but why is it only 2 minutes? And you know what I say? I say, because people like that don't deserve any more than 2 minutes. That's what I say about that. Alex Smith, good news. I graduated high school. Good job, my friend. Well done. You will go down in history as probably one of the weirdest graduation classes in terms of the challenges you've gone through. Of anyone ever. So congratulations on that one. It cannot have been easy. Onward and upward for further education, or in my case, go and get a job. I mean, no, education for the win. Do it. No, do what makes you happy. Because life is long and you've got much time. I'm going to dedicate this next one to Alex because a lot of folks these days, let's have a quick beverage. Oh, Robble says, when did you create your first song? Good question. I'm going to elaborate on that in a moment, because I'm going to play you one of the first songs I ever wrote in about 15 minutes time. So hang around, Robbles, and you'll be able to hear. I'll tell you a little bit of a story about my first band and one of the first songs that I wrote there. So do hang around that. Planning on going to CCM for a music class. Excellent. Good stuff indeed. Yeah, a lot of younger folks these days that I come across are in a big hurry, and I get it. Like, we're in this instant gratification, let's get the dopamine hit and move on kind of way of life. But life is long, and you've got a lot of time. And I wrote a song a couple of years ago about exactly this, and it's about how the fact that, you got a lot of time, and you're going to have to hold on, because... we've got plenty of time to get things done. So don't be in too much of a hurry. Enjoy the ride. Enjoy the journey. And hold on, because it's going to be a long, long time. Life is long and you have much time. You're in a rush and you don't know why. You want it all and you want it now, but you doubt your talent and you don't know how. Look around at what others do. Think it's easy, so why not you? But success isn't overnight, so if you want to win, you're gonna have to fight. Hold on, hold on. It's gonna be a long time. Hold on, hold on. 'Cause it's gonna be a long, long time. Hey! There are times when you might give in, thinking there's just nowhere to win. Looking sideways at other folks, thinking you're the butt of everyone's jokes. But there's one lesson that I've learned. When you feel that you can't return, that is that you should persevere, because you won't get it done by living in fear. Hold on, time. Hold on, 'cause it's gonna be a long, long time. Whoa, oh, oh, oh. They say get rich, buy a car, a house, a diamond ring, but that won't really make you happy. So hold on, it's gonna be a long time. Hold on, 'cause it's gonna be a long, long time. Hold on, it's gonna be a long time. Hold on, 'cause it's gonna be a long, yes, it's gonna be a long, and it's gonna be a long, long time. And it is. It's going to be a long, long time, seriously. So yes, I know the temptation is to just rush and to get one it all done yesterday. Relax, enjoy the journey, enjoy the ride, and hold on. Hey, exactly. Ironically, as Gary Hubb says, I know it's a 3-minute 15 song about how you got to hold on and life is long. Should make that a 12-minute rock opera, right? Joe Glenn, thank you so much for the $6.99. That's nearly 7 loonies. That's 3.5 toonies. See, I'm learning. I'm getting there. By the way, to my friends in Canada, congratulations on the Montreal Canadiens who swept their way past Winnipeg into the conference finals. That's amazing. They are looking like Carey Price could just stand on his head and win the Stanley Cup single-handedly. Anyway, enough hockey talk. I know that it's about 20% of you that that enjoy the hockey, but the rest of you are like, hockey, what? But yeah. And went on to the Adelaide Crows yesterday too. It's weird. There's no Crows game. There's no Rangers game. There's no hockey on today at all. So we can just sit back and relax and just play and enjoy. Jade Starr in the house. I hope you're doing well, my friend. Thank you to Jeremy. You have to do something with these good songs. And I have. In fact, that's a good segue. Well, thank you for asking, Jeremy. Yeah, head over to petejohns.com, and if you want to stream or purchase any of my albums, EPs, singles, every song that I play here today, with the exception of one that I'll tell you in a moment, is available there to stream and to download and to do with what you wish. All right, let's go back to my set list, because what are we, 23 minutes in? I've been doing too much yapping and not enough playing, so we better go back and play this. We'll play, I'll play this tune, because we're sort of having a bit of a fun time, and then we're going to go a bit mellow, and then we're going to finish strong. So I'll play this tune. This is a song, it's about American college, and the fact that when I was growing up in the 80s, there were a lot of college movies, and they made no sense to me at all. I didn't understand any of the references, the fact that parents would send their kids away to college, and they would go and they'd just drink beer and party all day long. It just didn't seem to make any sense to me. So I wrote this song, and it's called There's No Such Thing as College. 1, 2, 3, 4. I watched a movie back in 85. The kids were driven far away from home, and they were left behind. What is this place? Why is everyone so strange? That crusty dean made them all declare a major. How is this real? Why are all these kids so drunk? Letterman jackets and a homecoming parade just make no sense. Nerds and jocks and freaks and geeks, sororities, I think they just made it all up. There's no such thing as college. There's no such thing as college. There's no such thing as frat boys and glee clubs and it girls. No such thing as college. The marching band, they were on the field. People watching 17-year-olds play football like they give a damn. The head cheerleader gives an A, Give me your name. The campus radio, we're crossing live to some AV club team. And as I sit, I wondered why they have to lie to me so much. And then I realized it's just a movie. There's no such thing as college. There's no such thing as college. There's no such thing as frat boys and geek girls and glee clubs. There's no such thing as college. Ready? There's no such thing as frat boys, glee clubs, it girls, red cups, juniors, seniors, freshmen with majors, football and hazing and dorm rooms and swim team, baseball and preppies and beer pong and keggers in college. There's no such thing as college. There's no such thing as college. There's no such thing as college. And I don't care what your alma mater was. Yes, welcome to the gig where I'm trying to isolate everyone. So now we've picked on people that don't like to take blame. We've picked on people that like college and like their college experience. Who will we pick on next here on Studio Live today? Who knows? But there you go. That was, there's no such thing as college. There actually is, don't worry. I've since learned that college exists, as does university here in Australia. But yeah, not to discourage, and I know my daughter's listening, so block your ears, but the amount of people that I worked with in a call centre that had 4-year university degrees that they were doing nothing with was astounding. And they have tens of thousands of dollars worth of debt and nothing to show for it. Anyway, sorry, I'm getting a little bit on my high horse. I like Mark's comment here. He said, there is in fact such a thing. I went there. Don't remember squat, but I went. Oh, thank you, Gregory. Here's some worthless Australian dollar bucks. Thank you for the 5 Aussie dollar bucks, which, as you know, is worth about 79 cents Canadian and I think 23 cents American. No, it's doing, it is good. The Australian dollar is actually getting better at the moment. But we still do pay an awful lot for a lot of things. Like whenever we do shows about apps and about software and about things, we look at it and it's like, oh, cool, it's only $4.99, or as we like to call it, $8.99 Australian. Fun times. Always paying more. All right, let's kick it down a couple of notches, shall we? And play a few more quiet tunes here. This will give me a chance to have a little break here. We're going to get onto the fingerstyle, so we'll just pump the guitar up a little bit so we get. All right. Now this is another tune. Now we're going to have a go at people that like to reminisce about the past. No, not really. This is a song called New Day. It's from my 2018 album called Selfish Aware. And this is, it's actually, I wrote this because I was hearing two people. I was hearing the people that like make things better again. And then I was hearing people saying, no, let's progress towards new things all the time. And because I'm a fence sitter, I decided that I wanted to write a song that said, let's take everything, let's take the learnings of the past because they're important and let's adapt and enhance them into the future because that's important that we change as well because the only thing that doesn't change is that things will change. So I wrote this song and it's called New Day. Was a time when we used to play outside. Didn't worry who was around. We were free and we didn't have a care about the things we put in the air. But those days are gone. They have floated away. And we're moving on. No more yesterday. 'Cause it's gone, and it's a new day. Was a time when the women folks stayed home to care for all the little ones. And you and I, well, we had to live in fear just because the way we appear. But those days are gone, they are floating away. And I'm moving on, no more yesterday. 'Cause it's gone, and it's a new day. Everyone needs a little comfort when they reflect on all the good times that we had and how they felt. But when we look back, we have our rose-colored glasses on. So let's take the best of what we had and make a new day. Hello darkness, my old friend. Your busy day is at an end. Is this just a fantasy? No escape from reality. That was New Day, once again, from my 2018 album called Selfish Aware. And yeah, again, that was just a song that kind of came to me because I'm like, there's so much division. This was 2 years ago. 3 years ago. This was before a lot of the challenges of the last couple of years. But yeah, I was kind of saw the writing on the wall that, you know what, instead of worrying about who's on what side of the fence, we just need to get together, people. Get together and do the best that we can because everyone's struggling with a lot of things. It's one of those sad, happy songs. Yeah, it is. It is. It's a sort of minor keys, but a little bit of major, and hopefully the message comes through there. It's the whole idea of that is to send a message of togetherness and peace. Hello to them folks who have snuck on in here. Patrick Chandler crashing the party. That is fine, my friend. You are welcome here anytime. Mary Sarah, I don't think I've said g'day to you. Hope you are doing well as well. Yeah, little sweet melancholy. That's the way that's the way I try to roll with that one. We're going to keep the mood a little bit, not down. That's the wrong word for it, but just a little bit sort of not casual. I don't even know what to say. I'm just going to play this song. This one's an important song to me. I did a video of it. If you've seen the video, it's the one where there's multiple Petes, which, as I always say, my wife thinks that one of me is enough. So the idea of having multiple of me is a little bit scary, I'm sure. My Mac's asking me if I want to use narration. I'm like, no, thank you. So this is a song that I wrote because, like many people, I suffer because you never really kind of cure this sort of thing from anxiety. And I wrote a song about anxiety as kind of a message to myself, but also a message to my anxiety. And I always say about this song that I don't like how much this has resonated with how many people, but because it just means that a lot of people are also suffering from the horribleness of this bullshit thing called anxiety. But I wrote this one as, again, a bit of a song of hope. So welcome to the hope section of the gig. So this is, once again, from the 2018 album Selfish Aware. This is called Anxiety. You say the time for hope is gone and there is nothing left to comfort in the end. You say even when you're feeling good that something else will come around the bend. And I'm always thinking, always trying to hold on. And I always fear that something else will go wrong. good things happening. The party will be at an end real soon. And you say you might be happy now, but I've a million ways to open up the wound. And I'm always hurting, always trying to hang on. And it's hard to see this feeling might be wrong, and it might be in my head, but my heart is racing and I'm scared. And I take a breath and try to see you're not real, you are just anxiety. You say you never get away from me, you might as well just settle in and deal. You say you're stuck with me forever, this will always be the way you're gonna feel. But I don't believe you, I can still carry on. And I realize now this feeling is just wrong, and I know it's in my head, and my heart is stronger, I'm not scared. And I take a breath and know it's me. I'm not you, you are just anxiety. I'm gonna stay, but you're gonna walk away. I'm gonna stay, but you're gonna walk right out the door. I'm gonna stay, but you're gonna walk away. I'm gonna stay, but you're gonna walk away. See ya. Wouldn't want to be ya. Kick that anxiety in the butt, right? All right, thank you, Christopher Rossi. Appreciate it. Amelia just told Tom this was one of my favourite songs ever, Pete. But I feel you on the wishing people didn't relate. Yeah, it would be great if people wouldn't relate to that. But it is, and unfortunately, more and more people can relate to it. Yes, for this light of hope. There you go. Thank you. Yeah, and that's the thing. Like most things, that are mental illness, and again, as I say, whenever I play that song, I'm like, there's places, there's people to talk to. Here in Australia, it's Beyond Blue and Lifeline. There's very similar places everywhere else in the world. So yeah, you're never actually alone. But things like anxiety, you never actually get rid of them. It's not like, hey, great, I solved and cured my anxiety. It's like, no, it just sits there festering. But there are ways to cope and deal. And you know what? One of the best ways to cope and deal is music. Yes, music can help, and that is why I will continue doing the musical thing, because it's so much fun. Let's go back. What have we got? 20 minutes left. I had this very ambitious playlist here, and we're not going to get to all of them, but I do want to play this tune because this one's a fun one. This is a fun song to play, and I haven't played it in a while. And I'm gonna have to have some water as well as beer before this one, because this is a bit of a test on the voice. Because there's a little bit of a chest voice to head voice moment in this one that when it goes well, it sounds good. When it doesn't, whew, it's rough. So hit the water, and we will get on and play this next tune. This one was written about a season, and funnily, I wrote it about this time of year, but 4 years ago now, and it was part of the Song Spark Collective, where we had to write songs about different things, and we had to write a song about summer, because we were coming into summer, and all the people in the US and Canada and the UK were happy about summer, and I was here and we were just coming into winter. So I wrote a song instead about wishing it was summer, and that's this song here, and it's called very uniquely and creatively Summer. It goes like this. Only the rain keeps me company, falling from high in the sky. Gray skies above and they're bringing me down. Walking the streets of my city, stumbling down every street, wondering when it will all start to change. And I wish it was summer, wish it was summer and I was okay, wish it was summer again. Back to my place in the suburbs, storm clouds are still closing in, safe in my mind for an hour or two. And I pluck up my courage and step out the door. Maybe the rain ain't so bad, maybe it's all what you choose to believe. And I wish it was summer, wish it was summer and I was okay, I wish it was summer again. Making the most of the time that I have, living one day at a time. And I'm happy to see you again, telling me everything's gonna be fine. You bring the light to me, and I'm thinking of summer, of summer and feeling okay, 'cause I know that summer is gone. And I'm thinking of summer, think of the sun in my heart, on my skin, thinking of summer again, again. Oh, that one's a workout for the voice, and then some. Summer. And once again, if you do want to check out that and a bunch of other music, you can do so. PeteJohns.com. It's easy. Just my name.com. And that'll link you straight into a bunch of tunes. All right, I'm going to play one more, and then we've got a bit of a surprise. We're going overtime here today, by the way, folks. I've realised that an hour set just simply wasn't going to cut it. And there's too many songs I want to play. So we are going to go over time. Might go about 10 or 15 minutes over. So warning to the local affiliates that we will be going over. Just come visit. We're in the cusp of summer here. Yeah, I don't think Canada would let me in right now, Gary. And I don't think we'd let you in either. Small problem there. Maybe in the future we can do that. All right, let's move on to this next tune. This one, I promise this is sort of the last one of our kind of getting down and being a bit anxious kind of set. This is one that I wanted to, again, because I haven't picked on enough groups of people, I'm going to play this one. This is called 1%. It's actually an unreleased song, so it's one of the few songs that you can't stream or buy anywhere because it's still kind of a work in progress. I haven't worked out whether to keep it stripped down and acoustic, or whether to do like a full band version of it. But this is to those 1% of people that control like 90% of the wealth and power, and a little message to them. It's called 1%. 1, 2, 3, 4. When you open your eyes up to the sky above and you see the world, there is nothing that you can do but close your eyes again. 'Cause you don't like what you're seeing, and you don't like what it means, and you don't want to believe it, 'cause you're part of the 1%. When you open your mind up to the evidence you don't believe, there is nothing that you can do but close your mind again. 'Cause you don't want to admit it, that you don't know what to do, and you don't have all the answers, 'cause you're part of the 1%. When you open your heart up to the people who need your help, there is nothing but you can do but turn and walk away. 'Cause you don't care, what can you do? And it's their fault anyway, and you just don't understand it, 'cause you're part of the 1%. There you go. And yes, by the way, there are some members of the 1% that actually do some really good things, that are very philanthropic, that do help people out and do more than their fair share. But my goodness, there's a lot of that 1% that simply don't. And it annoys me on many levels, because they're like, hey, I worked hard for all of my wealth and money and power. Yeah, you did. Probably by downtrodden the people that now need you to, help them out. Anyway. I do say here, I don't express my opinions much on this channel, except if you watch the happy hour, because if you read between the lines of the music, yes, I get a little bit upset. But most of the time, we just play fun songs about goats. So why don't we play a fun song about goats? Because this is a song, this is probably the only technically a cover song, question mark. It's not really a cover song, but it kind of is, because I made up a band called Fear Cut, and they were a punk band, and they released a few songs, and this was one of them. And it's about goats. So we're gonna go from being mad and angry about the world to mad and angry about the world through the lens of a goat. This is a fun little tune. It's called Goats. I find it hard to be okay with all the things that are happening in this world. And I find it harder day by day. All the news that is fake, all the walls that they're making, there's one thing that I am sure of. Goats have it easier than me. They don't have to work, they don't have to lift a finger. Goats have it easier than me. They don't have a care, and I wanna be as free as goats. I think that I might go insane, putting up with all of the things you say and do. And I need to find another way to survive in this land. I just might eat a can, and maybe then I can be at one with goats. Have it easier than me. They don't have to work, they don't have to lift a finger. Goats have it easier than me. They don't have a care, and I wanna be as free as goats. This is one of my favorite rhymes of any song that I've ever done. Get ready. They might be penned up, but they're not pent up. They might be pent up with rage like me. Goats have it easier than 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 me and you. Penned up rhymed with pent up. Oh, sorry. If you don't amuse yourself, then what hope do you have of amusing anyone else? That's what I say. Yep, there's the goats. Goats in the chat, very cool. If Odium says I'm a different 1%. Oh, the Goat Simulator. Yeah, Goat Simulator for the win. My kids play that. I shouldn't let them play that, but I do. And it's one game on PlayStation that I'll play with them. Kids, we should play some Goat Simulator after the show. It's a fun game. A little bit inappropriate. In the Goat Simulator game, if you've never played it, you're a goat and you go around basically ramming people and causing havoc. And there's a thing where if you hit someone often enough, they what we call put to sleep. Because my children were playing it one day and I'm like, what's going on here? And they're like, oh, you're goats and you do this thing. And I'm like, okay. So you're just putting them to sleep, is that right? And they're like, yes, sure. Yeah. There you go. I support the opinionated Pete and the goats. There you go. I do have opinions. I'm a fence sitter from way back, but I do like some goats. Goatees. I know. Speaking of goatees, I know Visible Beer. There you go, Goat Simulator. Fire it up, Jazz. What are we? 7 minutes to go, but we're going to go late. So I did promise you this, and it took me like half an hour longer than I thought it would to get here. But I'm going to play a song. So my earliest musical stuff, I did play guitar. I've told you the story before, but I learned to play guitar by sneaking into my brother's room when he would go out and playing his guitar. And he was very upset one day when he came home and I was playing guitar, and he's like, you little word, you're better than me. And I'm like, sorry, you go out a lot and I just sneak into your room and play your guitar. I then formed a band. Originally the band was called Shonky Wiring. We then moved on to be called Scarper. We were a 3-piece grunge alternative band because of course we were, because it was the 90s. You know, Nirvana were big. See, Nirvana were big back in the 90s. So we played a bunch of very short, fast and loud songs. And weirdly enough, the song that I'm going to play for you here today is it's called Sober, and I wrote this song before I'd ever been drunk, like legitimately, because I was a bit of a nerd, let's be honest. I didn't really start drinking until I was actually 18 and of age here in Australia. So I actually wrote this song before I was ever drunk. But I'd heard what drinking was about and what being drunk and sober was, so decided to write a song called Sober, and it kind of became a little bit of an anthem. It was definitely the song that we were most known for in the 4 months that we played 3 gigs here in Adelaide. So this is an old song from the Scarper days, and it's called Sober. I heard a little voice inside my head, but now I'm sober. It said these things to me: I got my beer for free, but now it's over. I had a binge, it made me cringe, and now I'm feeling kinda sober. I went a girl or two, I met a girl named Sue and she was sober. We went out for a day, but she thought I was gay. She said it's over. I had a binge, it made me cringe. Now I'm feeling kinda sober. Yeah, yeah, yeah. Oh, oh, oh. I heard this little voice inside my head, it talked to me. It told me not to drink and now I'm drinking socially, I'm sober. It told me to smoke dope, now I don't have a hope, at least I'm sober. I had a binge, my hair was singed, and now my life is really sober. From the archives from way back in 1995. And the original version has a word. That last word isn't just an empty chord. And now my life is really word. You can put two and two together. Thank you, Evan. Appreciate you, my friend, for the $5 donation. Much appreciated. 1.2 gigabeer. Invisible beer. All right, memo to self. Oh, by the way, Coopers, if you ever want to sponsor me, I'm going to send this to Coopers. Coopers, I do a happy hour show every week, but I do it in front of a green screen. And this week, I decided to drink Cooper's Pale. Let's just say that next week I'll be drinking sparkling. Cheers. All right, I'm going to send that to Cooper's Brewery and see if they'll come and sponsor the show. Can't hurt, right? Why not? And I'm pretty cheap when it comes to sponsoring. I'm pretty cheap, you know, a couple of 6-packs. I'll be all in. All right, let's play some a few more tunes. I'm going to play this one. I played it last week or a couple of weeks ago to close the show. And we're going to finish with a couple of fun songs here. And this one is one called Perfect. Just got to find my lyrics because I haven't quite memorized. I'm not perfect at remembering lyrics. So we're going to have to bring these one up. There we go. So this is called Perfect. I wrote this. I told the story at the time. Excuse me. I wrote the story at the time. I can't speak. But a cafe around the corner from me had a sign. And every time we go in there for a coffee or for breakfast or for whatever, I'd look at this sign and it said, life does not have to be perfect to be wonderful. And I said, one day I'm going to write a song with those words in it. And I didn't get the exact words. I said, life doesn't have to be perfect to be wonderful. But it's a message. I was going to go out with it, but we went out with it last time. So we've got a couple more songs to go. But this is perfect. This one's from my 2020 EP called Maybe. 1, 2, 3, 4. Life isn't always fair. Can I get a do-over? It's a D, Pete. I apologise. 1, 2, 3, 4. Life isn't always fair. Everyone has their problems. It's easy to hide away and harder to find solutions. But I know this for sure. This ain't a dress rehearsal, so don't wait to see the sign. wonderful. Life doesn't have to be perfect, to be wonderful, they say, but sometimes it feels that way. You will not always win. Sometimes you lack direction. You gotta stay the course, 'cause you're gonna face rejection, and you don't always know that there's a battle ahead. Sometimes the war is in your head. Life doesn't have to be perfect, to be wonderful. Life doesn't have to be perfect, to be wonderful. And I don't know what is left to say. Sometimes you hide away and look back on your mistakes, but you cannot turn back time, make everything seem fine. So remember, life doesn't have to be perfect, to be wonderful. Life doesn't have to be perfect, to be wonderful. Life doesn't have to be perfect, to be wonderful. Life doesn't have to be perfect, to be wonderful. 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 And chords don't have to be perfect to be wonderful, or to at least be passable. You know what? Mistakes make you better. And yeah, I'll remember that. I'll remember to transition to that D chord next time for sure. There you go. Thank you, everybody, for being here today. Yeah, it's always fun. I love playing cover songs. I love playing my original songs. I love playing a mix of both. But yeah, I'm working on getting a set together. So if you're watching, I'll just have a quick drink of invisible beer. If you're watching this, and if you're on the replay or if you're watching live, go to the comments and let me know what song that I played here today is one that if I was playing a gig out at a pub, you'd definitely want to hear live. I'm really keen to know what are the sort of popular vibey songs. Imagine you're there, you've got your pint or you've got your scotch, and you're sitting at a bar, and this dude comes out here, this bald dude comes out with an acoustic guitar and starts playing. What do you want to hear? And if you can leave me that and let me know what that is in the comments, that would be super, super cool. Thank you, Evan. Appreciate you. A string just broke on your guitars. Oh, no. And you, by the way, for Bubba and for those that like to play along with the happy hour, you'll be happy to know that I was actually playing in E today. I wasn't in E flat. I wasn't in D sharp. I wasn't in any other variation. I'm actually been playing in E. So I normally give my voice a bit of a break by dropping everything down, but I was in a slightly out of tune by the sounds of it. E today. That's better. But thank you. No, I appreciate it. Thank you to everyone who's been here. Thank you to everyone who donated. Thank you to everyone for your kind viewing. If you dig this, once again, you can jump over to petejohns.com. And yeah, by the way, Brad Example designed a great new shirt. So if you go over to studiolivetoday.com/merch. No, it's not my Epic Nirvana shirt here. This one's a special order that my wife bought me, which you can't get. But yeah, if you go over to studiolivetoday.com/merch, you can get the cool new Practice Makes Progress t-shirt that Brad Example helped design and is out there now, or of course any of the other mugs and t-shirts and all the other stuff. Let's go out, shall we, with my newest tune. And this is a tune that is my ode to the 80s. The acoustic version is not exactly super 80s, but if you've heard the original or you know the original, you'll know that it's very much a tribute to the 80s, and it's called Time McFlies. And we're going to go out with this one. It's by a band called Righty, Dokey, which is actually just me. I just wanted a different name for this particular song. So we're going to go out with this one. It is called Time McFlies. Thanks for being here. We'll see you soon. Back in 1985, late for class but feeling fine 'cause I have a rock and roll band. Got a call from my older friend, working on a way to bend the space time continuum. But it all went so wrong, and I had to escape. Press the gas as I hit 88. Time that flies when you're having fun. Sometimes feels you're the only one who knows how heavy it feels. Time that flies and you're out of here. One low pine and you disappear. You're done. 1.21. Need to find my mom and dad and get them to the fish under the sea dance before we all fade away. Great Scott, this is gonna be tough. The doc's plan is pretty rough 'cause we need a lightning bolt. But my girlfriend had written a number for me, and I now know my identity. Time that flies and it's time to run. Sometimes feels you're the only one who knows how heavy it feels. Time that flies and you're out of here. One low pine and you disappear. You're done. 1.21. Parking cars with boys, flux capacitors. George is such a bore. Had to play guitar, might have gone too far, but your kids are gonna love it. Time that flies and it's having fun. Sometimes feels you're the only one who knows how heavy it feels. Time that flies and you're out of here. One lone pine and you disappear. You're done. 1.21. 1.21. Also called Time McFlies by Righty, Dokey. Yeah, we are 10 minutes. I thought we'd go 10 minutes overtime here today. So I'll give 2 more minutes for everyone to say farewell, and I'll say goodbye to all of you. So throw a farewell in the chat here, and we'll do that in about 2 minutes. But while we have 2 minutes, if you are in the market for some more live shows, guess what? Tomorrow we have Sarah Newen, who is an amazing creator, amazing live streamer, and just an all-round awesome person. She'll be on the Creator Town Hall with me live. That kicks off at 4 p.m. Pacific, 7 p.m. Eastern, and at midnight for those that want to hang out in London Town and Greenwich Mean Time, and 9 a.m. for for those here in the east coast of Australia. So kick your week off right or end your week right with 2 hours of creative chatter with the Creator Town Hall. We then have GarageBand Weekly bringing up the end of the weekend. So that'll be on what is Tuesday or Monday for many of you, 2 p.m. on the Pacific side, 5 p.m. Eastern, 10 p.m. Greenwich Mean, and 7 a.m. for those that are getting up. Have your wheat bix and then join in for GarageBand Weekly every week on Tuesday morning, which is Monday afternoon. I know time is weird. Time is a bizarre concept. Thank you, Mark Bro. Thank you, Thomas Christ, Gary Hubbs, Mary Sarah, Christopher Rosie. Thank you, Gary Hubbs. Amelia, thanks for being here. The one and only Jade Star, who played drums on a large number of those tracks, by the way. Didn't mention it at the time, but Jade's drumming on the original versions. If you go and listen to them, you'll hear a lot of Jade's drum works. Robbles, thank you for being here. Who have I missed? Joe Glenn and Barry's probably lurking around there too. Evan, Benjamin, Patrick, Chandler. Thank you for being here. Yep, there's Barry. Who have I missed? Desolate Morning, you're late. Yes, go to the principal's office. But that's right, you can catch the replay. Autism Rocks, hello to you. Michelle Morgan, thanks for being here. Good afternoon, goodbye, good evening, good night. Have a great one. Thomas Christ, thank you all for being here. Melodic Thoughts, thank you. Appreciate you being here. And yeah, once again, if you want to check out the original versions of any of the songs that you've heard here today, petejohns.com, and you can stream to your heart's content. That is going to do it for this one. Please, as we say at the end of every show, be kind to yourselves, be kind to others, keep creating, folks, and we'll see you real soon because time McFlies. Bye for now.